Just go to my job, go live for an hour for sure, an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. That's it. Try to set my own boundaries. The live podcast in my band. Seattle, Washington. 5 platforms, 5 cell phones on Likey, TikTok, Bigo. Meet me the day nap. I use the live stream, and then Twitch. So let's go about. Eventually, this session will be on my podcast on Spotify and then YouTube. It's a Coach Reader podcast. We want to scope it out. So we've been doing it for almost 6 years now, due to my last day and breath. For you guys, not for myself. I said it a billion times, just to pay it forward. It's about the mental health, the healing, all my tattoos, the healing journey, toxic love, broken, codependent relationships. You have kids, like I do, co-parent the best possible. Having real support to get your life back. Because 95% of universe, you don't know what love is. You think you do, but if you knew what love was, you would not stay in toxic relationships too long. You know the door is right there, you would leave. But once again, I'll make it sound easy every which way because I worked it myself. Because I reached out for help. The God universe sent me somebody to help, hold my guide me to get my life back, to figure out this healing journey and his mental health, Why relationships fail, why families fail. No one's perfect. We have our flaws, but that's how you evolve in life, by reaching out for guidance every which way, which I highly recommend to the fullest. So, I'm gonna play a bunch of clips, and I tell people all the time, like, if any word triggers you, that's my job, my gift. Like the clips that I played. What's up? How are you doing? Best days are going. How's your night? How's everything? What you gonna call it? It's to get your attention. Once again, like that's my job, my gift, to get your attention, to working yourself as a being, especially if you want love. If not, then to carve it out. Which I'm gonna tell my back, a little riddle to the universe. In this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through to figure out what love is? How many tears are you shedding to figure out what love is? The other one's gonna say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's it going? How's your weekend? How's life? How's your health? I was gonna say, do you know what love is? Do you comprehend what love is? If you know what it was, I promise you 1,000. My tattoo. You will not stay in this toxic love, broken, codependent relationship for too long. The door is right there. Respectfully, what? That's a miracle aside from God, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, your ancestors. You're all in toxic relationships. It's the physical door. I preach about doors to the fullest. But yes, I know I'll make it sound easy because I worked on myself. I reached out for help. I had a support team. 95% of you, you'll stay there for too long because, like I did, you will pray but help manifest that one day. Magically, God, the universe will wake your partner up and they will love you like you love them. To call you out, when that one day, when will it be? Today, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years, 30 years from now, they finally change their ways. But all toxicity, what happened at the time, from 0 to, so there, this is 1 year. 1 year they change. And that 0 to 1 year, right? What happened in between? He cheated, other baby moms, partying, kicking, doing drugs, being wild, emotional, spiritually abusive, physically abusive, being a fuckboy and goes to church. Like, once again, to keep it simple for everybody out there, to make it simple for you guys, like, I'm happy for your beliefs as beings, but here's the kicker: your beliefs are not struggling. I keep it simple, 1,000. What's straight to the point? What? Your belief is not sound depressed. Whatever your God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, right? Those beings, God, keep it simple, God, the universe is not sound depressed. You are. You as a being, you are. And your partner is bitter, hateful. Once again, his belief is not bitter, hateful. He's, as the being, he's hateful. He's bitter. Now the question is why and how. It's only two scenarios and two categories, two options. It's either whom did it to you, physical beings, or what did it to you, man-made bullshit. Because you have financial stress, you got work stress, you got family stress. There's so much stress in life for everybody out there. But the intent as a couple, if you love each other, quote unquote, you can verbalize all this shit. I love you. Cool, say I love you all you want. You can say it to both each other, but when you come home, it's toxicity. You can be atheist. Analogy, metaphor, right? No one has to die to go to heaven and hell. Nobody has to die to go to heaven and hell. You live that shit literally every day above ground. Kids don't know this too much. But young adults, you leave the household. You're the one living this shit. Do you love to go home or do you hate to go home? Are you dreading to go home? Like, fuck, I'm walking in eggshells. It's gonna be war at home. As it is during the fucking day, we're texting each other at each other's throats. If you're already bitter, hateful during the fucking day towards each other's throats, when you go home, it's gonna be fucking hell on earth. A fucking war. The real war. That's what all my tattoos for a reason. What? Fuck all these man-made wars, these Speffi, gang mafiosos, country wars. That's man-made bullshit wars. Don't put too much energy in that. Respectfully, pray for the universe and that's it. Go on with your day, go on with your life, because you have no power, no way to actually get involved. Even if you did, these elites are weak as fuck. You're messing with the money, so you won't be here for too long. Respectfully, and respectfully, your belief, well, God protect me, universe protect me. Yes, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Are you Superman? Are you Superman? Nobody is. Nobody can stop a bullet at all. There's no conversation, debates, and their stories. So why would you put yourself in that type of situation? To help somebody out, potentially, but then you could have lived a little bit longer if you avoid that situation best as possible. Myself as a being, I tell everybody, like, when someone said on me, because it's a triggering comment. Because after you see, like, the racial tension, when I say this comment, and then the low-key racist. So I'm going to tell I'm in this left everything I say, only monkeys fight, and it doesn't say only monkeys do threats. So are you a monkey? When y'all get racist and bullshit, like, I'm not black. Well, ask the AI what a monkey is. I'll do it in a minute. I love testing it. Actually, I can't do it because my main cell phone is for my Twitch. Because for some reason, my iPhones, either I'm being watched or something's wrong with iPhones, maybe older iPhones, because on my Twitch wise, I think they're my daughter's iPhone 12, 13, I believe. I had no problem until about a month ago. So every time I record, my phone's horizontal, but it records upside down. I was like, well, let me try my Samsung. It's an S21. It's older than the S13. Than the iPhone 13s. My S21 works perfect. So now I gotta use my main phone. So I buy another phone to use it for my Twitch. Because remember, this guy's the live podcast. Eventually, this will be on my be on my YouTube and Spotify. Eventually, I'll make clippies, aka clips, because all I do is tell stories. I'm not a victim. I'm not a survivor. That's what I worry to myself. Me as one being, I want to bitch about a partner. In my lifespan, there probably be a lot of potentials. Not my girlfriend's potentials. But once again, me as a being, I do these online conversations because I want to make sure they're ready to be, get involved in a real relationship. Especially if she's having a bad day. That's the type of people, like, first and foremost, start your healing journey. If you want love, you should be in your healing journey. If not, if you're just a blue pill like I was, an NPC, you're just an entertainer. You can talk about love. You can preach about love. Talk about, you can know Bible, scripture, spirituality, astrology. That's beautiful. I'm happy for you, but I'll call you out. But you know all this higher source stuff, right? But you're in a toxic relationship. Why don't you know your toxicity? Make that make sense, respectfully. And to remind you, all your beliefs are not suffering. You're suffering. Your partner suffering. You suffer as a couple, but y'all love each other. That's not love. That's toxic love. Love doesn't hurt. It don't cost you shit. Love does not stress you. Toxic love costs you everything in fucking life. Literally everything in life. That the fuck ass. So that's the shit you should not be in at all. Respectfully, when I say that. But once again, that is your choice, if you will. On top of that, if you're stuck on the worst, addiction in the universe, the emotional and the spiritual trauma bonds, you stay for too long, like I did. That's what I'm gonna tell on this arm. Sometime next month, add numbers for all the spiritual queens, some kings. They probably think numerology. I'm like, me, I know of it. Communication, I don't comprehend it. Like, no, those are my numbers to start stories with you. Like, what do you mean? Why you put it? Let's say when they see it, why do you have a 3 on you? I gave you 3 chances. What do you mean to have this conversation? Like, I don't give a shit about words. You can call me a bitch. I don't give a shit about words. They're irrelevant. No word has power, no weight, at all. The word stupid won't feel stupid. The word bitch won't feel bitch, and so on and so on. But you do, because why? Because someone triggered with the word, right? So I could do this conversation. If I was you, I would not do this conversation. But if you insist, I'm gonna ask you 3 times. You sure you want to do this? Because remember this. After that, the gloves are up. I do not hold back at all. My mouth is vicious. And remember this to remind you: no word has feelings. Now you and your feelings about no words. You spell when I say that, because they're irrelevant. But you do not know they're irrelevant yet. I didn't know they were irrelevant until I was 39, right? So that's why I have number 3 on me. And we see 7, 7 and 12. That's for everyone in toxic relationships. That's like potential to be, or there's people in Seattle or behind the screen, my one-on-ones, like yo queen, how long you been with your boyfriend for? A year. You ready to do 6 more years? Total of 7? What do you mean? Because my number 7, the mother of boys, 7 years too long till she walked away. It hurt really fucking bad. Rejection sucks every which way, but it was a blessing in disguise. So you ready to do 7 years? Got 6 more. Like, and then you can verbalize, no, fuck that, I'm not gonna do no more. You can verbalize it. Just don't listen with your ears, listen with your eyes too. Actions speak down the words every which way. Jesus love you, brother. Hey, what's up, Logan? Jesus love you too. You know, God, the universe, and which is beautiful. Once again, higher source is beautiful, but remember this: your beliefs are not suffering. You are suffering. The question is why and for how much for longer. And figure out whom it is, a physical being, or what it is. Man-made bullshit. And once you figure it out, right, maybe you can evolve in life. And once again, guys, I will make it sound so easy because I worked on myself. I'm blessed. Face tattoo woke. Yeah, there's woke culture. Man-made woke, no. Emotional, spiritual woke. I'm blessed as a being. I want every bitch about a partner. Nor stress about him. Why? The door's right there. I know anybody can leave whenever they want to. So that's why for everybody out there behind the screen, I'm actually face-to-face in Seattle. When I talk to my one-on-ones, people in general, with my tattoo, because I walk around, you see this, right? To plant a seed of fear, right? To warn you, just to remind you, nobody has to stay. What? Anybody can leave whenever they want to. You as one being, are you ready for rejection? Can you handle rejection? What do you mean? I'm for warning you, do not have to comprehend this, but anybody can walk away. And when they do, then what happens to you? Your life ends, and you just get taken every which way. You know, you become homeless because of one person. Welcome to codependency. I know you gave your all, right, but here's the kicker. People can match energy initially, why, which is love. When they start taking energy, that's toxic love. You as a being, they tend to figure out why is it failing? Why is the spark ending? Why are they passing boundaries? Why are they emotionally spiritually abusive? Why are they cheating? You know, if you're not doing none of it above what they're doing, then you're still love. Do not question the self-worth best as possible. They are toxic love because why? They're passing boundaries. They're breaking trust and loyalty. And they can believe in God, Buddha. Remember, their belief is not cheating on you. Their belief is not being mean to you. They, as one being, are being mean to you. And for both of you, the door's right there. What? You go through all these doors every day, bug around. Everybody, the big word all of you stuck in this toxic love, broken, coded relationships. All you bitch about one door every morning and every night, which is your hell on earth. You can go to the matrix, the universe. Awesome, that's your heaven on earth. Awesome, that's beautiful for you. You love your job. You love church. You love Buddha. You love walking. Yeah, that's cool. You love all those doors you go to. You love your car. Yeah. But then you're trying to go home. Now you're going back to your dungeon. You're sentencing. You're hell on earth. Even not physically dead, you're alive. You know, once again, I don't miss none of that shit. Hell no. That's myself as a being. There's, a potential quote unquote. We're trying to talk more type of situation, but like she's got her own personal issues. Which once again, guys, no one's perfect. We have flaws, but the intent to have. If you're an adult, I'm an adult. The intent to have these conversations. Communication, which is half the shit. Everyone preaches about communication. What's the second most important part? There's yin and yang. B, comprehension. A two-sided relationship, you're doing A and B. Communication, comprehension, best as possible. You're trying to be on the same page best as possible. A one-sided relationship, you're doing communication, no comprehension. You're talking to literally talking to a wall. We all know a wall does not talk it can't speak at all in general. A being can speak to you, but here's the kicker: they don't have to. If they're not going to speak to you, then what are you doing? What are you choosing? What are you doing? What are you both choosing doing? Through thick and thin, God, leaving in God's hands. Remember, God's not suffering, you're suffering. Every day bug around. And every day bug around, every being, whatever you believe are, whatever you call yourself, everyone has the two same exact gifts. And what is it? Choice and free will. So you two, as a toxic couple, right? What are you choosing? What are you doing? What is he or she choosing and doing? And for both of you bitch about each other, the door is right there. That's the answer. That's the answer from God, the universe, your ancestors, Jesus, whatever you believe in. That's the answer. That's the miracle. It's the door. Like me, my situation, I didn't know that until I was 39. That's why I preach about doors. That's all my tattoos for a reason. What? Doors right there. You can't eat today, try tomorrow. It's just day by day baby steps. And when you do leave, the intent is not to go back. But I'm the one that keeps it 1,000 and plants seeds in a positive manner to remind all you adults, especially queens, to allow you empathetic queens. Here's the kicker. To remind you, queen, that's not your kid. What? He is not your kid. So when you go to that door, don't ever look back. Stop being his mother, his father, his babysitter, his probation officer. Let him fuck up. And whatever he's going through, remember this. He is not your kid. If he's crying, let him cry. He's got family. He's got friends. Here's the best part. Social media. He can go on social media. Some empathetic queen more than you are will take him in and believe his sob story. And you, like I tell the queens all the time, And once again, it's not reasonable competition. When you go through breakups, right? Typically, the male moves on right away. No healing journey, just a journey. And he can post on social media his new girlfriend. They're about to get married. Hey, here's a kicker. Remember this. You fall back, start your healing journey. He didn't. So all that trauma that you dealt with will go to him. And then her, the new partner. And then, once again, for now, it's good until it falls apart. Then what? And that's the shit. Anyone that moves on right away, they were stuck in a what? Or what was they doing? A premeditated relationship. It's premeditated. They thought about it. And so on and so on. But here's the kicker. Do not worry about that. As long as you're doing your healing journey, it is not really the competition, but you are winning. Dead the fuck ass. And trust me, isn't it hurts? It hurt really fucking bad. Rejection sucks. Every which way. Because why? We're raised incorrectly. Every which way. Because we're taught we need people in life. Needing people is codependency. The only beings anybody out there is kids. I got 8 of them. The younger ones need me, co-parenting. They need their mother and their stepfather. aka father, quote unquote, co-parent as best as possible. And that's why everybody out there, when you have kids and your relationships fall apart, give yourself grace. To call everybody out, here's the best part. You're doing your healing journey, right, as a single parent, right? And are your parents talking to you about these conversations? Mental health, healing journey, forgive, not forget, yes, let go, do closure for yourself? No? Or are they just telling this? Go to church, pray in God's hands. Be a good person, show respect, work hard. That's all they're teaching you because they don't know. Trust me, I promise you 1,000. If your parents knew these conversations, they'd be talking to you. Therefore, warned you a long time ago. Trust. Like my kids, I tell them all of them. I'm talking to you now. The old version of myself hurt you because I didn't know shit. I didn't even man-made bullshit. The tree of knowledge, which is cool. It's cool to have to a certain extent, but now my forehead tattoo, because X, rest in peace, X to the fullest, the tree of life. I will teach about the tree of life. Raw, real feelings, raw, real life. About these toxic, love, broken, coded relationships, every way to the fullest. What? About healing journey, mental health. Having real support teams. That's how you evolve in life. If not, I tell my kids and all young cats, my tattoo, beat me at 39. What? Become woke and get your life back at 39. The younger the better, but not suffer. You can have all the bodies you want, you can do all the drugs you want, but here's the kicker, you're bitter and hateful. How do you have man-made bullshit and you're so sad and depressed? Make that make sense. Respectfully, every which way. That's what my God and love is vertical. God, the universe, myself as a being. It's my life. My parents gave me life, right? But here's the kicker. They can't teach me this because they don't know this. That's why you give your parents grace and your family grace. Because if your family needs conversations, I promise you 1,000 that forewarn you. That's what I say to call my family in a positive manner, right? None of my family from Washington State down to Mexico, back to Spain and motherland, none of them, zero. My family is massive. None of them can teach me anything about my tattoos, mental health, none of these conversations. Because it's triggering. Especially on the male side, because I'm Spanish one machista, right here, machista, forehead, my eyebrow, narcissist. They're too narcissistic. They do machismo, narcissist double standards where he can fuck around, emotionally, physically cheat, and she can't do shit. Yeah, that's narcissism double standards. Machismo is bullshit, right? So that's the shit for everybody out there. The intent, once again, if you beings behind the screen want love, the intent, you start your healing journey. She can, reach out and help and get some guidance. There's so much resources every which way. If not, be codependent people and man-made BS to make you feel good, to make you happy. Happiness, like X says, rest in peace. Happiness is fucking fake. It's a dopamine high. You'll be happy, for now. Yeah, you'll be happy for now. And when your happiness goes away, then what? What will you do? Get another body? Get some more drugs that called pills? Get more money? Body hop the whole face? Go to Dubai? Remember, there's all this man-made bullshit. Have no feelings. Only physical beings do. They're the fuck ass. That's why you strive for joy. Joy's forever. Nobody can take your joy from you at all. If you believe in a higher source, God, universe, that's joy. That's love, 1,000%. Beings, people will come and go. Every which way to forewarn you. You can give your all. That's awesome. But here's the kicker. You as one being, especially queens, like who's empathetic, empath. All my tattoos, right? That which is beautiful. But here's the kicker. Can you control and protect your energy? What? For everybody out there, especially if y'all want love relationships, can you control and protect the energy? If not, trust. Every time you go through a breakup, they cheat on you, they ghost you. Here's the best part. Especially they ghost you behind the screen. That's the worst part to forewarn people. If y'all get ghosted behind the screen, I'm a cyber person. Everyone in the cyber universe, we tell you we do not exist. So there's a potential. You're talking to, vibing, right? Lovey-dovey and bullshit. If they hurt you behind the screen, respectfully, y'all will let him to do. Imagine a physical being that goes to you. That's gonna hurt you fucking even more. Probably destroy the fuck out of you. Now you're fucking bitter, hateful. All men, all women. You claim higher source love, quote unquote, but now you're at each other's throats. You cannot use the word all men, all women. You can say a lot, especially I picture behind the screen. Your environment, where you live at. What's your environment like? Deadass. What's it like? What? Where you live behind the screen. Your community, how is it? For example, I use myself as an example. Take Washington State, cut it in half, right? Eastern Washington, Yakima Valley, where I'm from. Old school little Mexico, old school white folk and red people and Native Americans. 99% of them cannot teach me anything about these conversations. I'm born as a Catholic. In the brown culture, Hispanic and Spaniard, respectfully, I'm not going to culture 1,000%. I'm not going to get a hood 1,000%. 99.99% of the Spanish culture, Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards can't teach me anything about real feelings. We can talk about God, the Bible, cool. Let's do that. But here's the kicker to remind you, the Bible is not being a fuckboy, fuckgirl, nor is God. You are. Your belief is not something depressed. You are. Why? The question is why and for how much longer, respectfully, you know? And that's the shit for everybody out there. Once again, I do this live session for you guys. I pay it forward. That's all I do. Everyone with just communication while messengers. Nobody does not have to comprehend nobody at all. Only you as one being can do A, communication, and B, comprehension. I cannot take your pain from you at all because I'm not God, Jesus, universe at all. The Holy Spirit. Right? I cannot do closure for you. I cannot do comprehension for you. I cannot let go for you. Well, only you can. God, you can ask God to send you beings, a real support team like I did, yes. But here's the kicker. The beings that already did, let go of their ex. My next tattoo, if you let go of your ex-exes, you did it as one being, so you did A and B. Communication comprehension. You did closure for yourself. You comprehend why the relationship failed every which way. But remember this, you did that for yourself. You cannot do for nobody at all. I'm a single father of kids. I cannot fix, change, or save none of my kids. Physically, yes, I can. And you can save people physically, yes, you can. If you have money, financially, yes, you can. But nobody, zero. Nobody cannot say, hey, what's up, Shelly? What's up, Queen? Come on, How you doing, Queen? How was your weekend? Nobody cannot do it emotionally, spiritually for nobody.
I'm going to hands on the man's live.
The what?
Let him see my dildo.
The what?
I want to see my dick.
The what?
My dick.
Oh,
my
troll.
magical dildo.
Oh, you're trolls. I love trolls every which way. Once again, if you're adults, quote unquote, like I call my terminology, right? All you boys and girls, you're just fucking blue pillars every which way. Especially the adults, quote unquote. Well, I don't give a fuck about social media like that. Like you see what the podcast says? It says what? Toxic relationships, healing journey. So all you boys and girls talking your bullshit, say like, yo, you're just circle zombies. You're good for the streets, call my toxic love. None of you, we're all you, none of you are good for the home's love, toxic love. Love, because you're all toxic love. End the story. If that triggers you, hurt your feelings behind the screen, that's my job, my gift. Now, what will you do with your feelings? Dead the fuck ass. I love to bully bullies every which way, because no bully is a good person. They're all fucking weak. Inside, broken, ugly, lost. Dead the fuck ass. To make it simple for everybody that they're behind the screen, once again, my terminology, all my tattoos. If you're a square, empathetic person, empath, loving person, then if you only vibe with squares like you'll have a better life. I promise you. I can guarantee you that. If you're in circles, my tattoos, you're too narcissistic, you're all the bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girls, bullies, are racist. If you're the zombies, the worst of all of us, you're fucking cooked. What's that? The zombies, the addicts, and addiction. Because their God and love is horizontal. Mammy bullshit. They're stuck on the worst addiction universe. Drugs, alcohol, pills. Every which way. On top of their mental health. Don't get involved with them. You could be their real support team. You could be their associates. My situation, I tell them, as long as they're not too toxic, their environment not too toxic, I will call them a friend. But to call her my girlfriend? Fuck no. Respectfully. That sounds pretty mean, doesn't it? Why would I do opposites attract? I'm not God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the universe. I cannot fix, change, nor save anyone in the universe at all. Nobody is the one for nobody at all. Just for one, you guys, what? If you think you are the one for another being, I pray for you. I go my day, I go my life, respectfully. When they destroy you, Yo, tell me how it feels. I know 1,000% how it feels. I comprehended 1,000. I let everybody go. But that's why I tell us to pay it forward. And when they take your energy, then what? Pray to God, Buddha, all you want. Listen, once again, your belief's not suffering, you're suffering. And here's a triggering comment. You allow it to happen to you. Comment not knowing because you don't know this conversation. What do you mean I allow it to happen? You don't know what energy is, do you? You know what boundaries are? None of these conversations. That's why remember there's respect. All of us, the word all of us play what? They're all written soft stories. Boo hoo me, I don't have parents. Child trauma, I got bullying shit, middle school, high school, I got destroyed toxic relationships, I can't see my kids, I get bullied by my boss. Yes, everyone initially has the right to play the role of victim, tell sob stories. So you're the one hearing it. You just do a communication, control and protect the energy. To remind you, you're not God, Jesus, universe. You cannot fix, change, or save anyone at all. To forewarn you. But if you think you're the one, then go be a people pleaser. Go get destroyed. And when they take you for everything, and which they shall, yo, respect when I say this, tell me how it feels, you know? That's why I'm going to turn my back, you know? What you gonna call it, to pay it forward, to make this healing journey a little bit faster for you, and to forewarn you at the same time, like, because we all have the right to play the role with them. When we go through breakups and divorces, you know, you get ghosted type of situation. Like, I gave him 7 years, I gave him a week. Yes, we both did. Yeah, we both did, right? But as a kicker, like, to make it simple, once again, you and I cannot get or buy back what God, the Almighty, cannot get back to nobody. What is it? Love, time, feelings. When you comprehend that, why do you waste your love, your time, and your feelings on wrong people around you, especially by your side as a partner? A zillion people in the whole universe. Why would I stress about one? Because she's beautiful? OnlyFans? $1 billion? Social media status? Everybody loves her? She's the fucking queen of fucking England? Man-made bullshit. Man-made titles can't talk to me. Only physical beings can talk to me, and the AI. The AI is not woke yet. And I say respect because the day the AI actually wakes the fuck up and can have a full conversation on its own, bro, yo, respect when I say this, I can potentially have a real conversation with them. Because beings out there, there's only so many I speak to that we can have deep conversations, but then when it comes to their personal life and their four walls with their mental home and their physical home, that's when it becomes touchy because it's personal. Yeah, I tell them, yeah, I respect your boundaries, but here's the kicker to call you out. That lets me know you're scared to become vulnerable. And then yet you claim you want love, relationships, marriages, and kids. How? Make them make sense. Here's the best part. I'm a nobody to you. I don't know you from Adams. I cannot bring your past and vice versa. You can't bring my past because you don't know me. I don't know you. Now you're trying to get to know somebody, and you say you want love. I'll call you out. I do it all the time here in Seattle. My one-on-ones. Here's the scenario. You find this person. You pray to God, Buddha, the universe, that's sending this being to you. A person to love, quote unquote, a new partner, right? So when you get your new partner and they ask you the same question I just asked you, what will you do to the person you love? Crucify them? Build the walls? You know, push them away? You need your space? Then to call you out that you are the problem. Hurt people will hurt people. Heal people. I worked on myself. I used to be like you hurt. We heal people. We got for one. You're not ready for this. You're not ready for love. I go to church. The church is not the issue. The Bible is not the issue. It's the beings in the church that are the issue, especially more on the male side. We're more narcissistic because we emotion cheat. That's why somebody tell me everything starts with feelings, then it goes to emotion cheating, then it goes to all my tattoos, the phone, social media, third parties, then it goes to what? A and B, Jaden Will Smith, monogamy. I love my girlfriend, but guess what? She's not doing it, so I got once again, she's my housewife. I got the work wife because everything happens at work, right? Second relationships. I got social media wives. Then it goes to the physical cheating, the Jen and August entanglements. Yeah. And I love Jesus, Buddha, the universe, whatever the fuck. Once again, your belief's not the issue. Your belief's not cheating. You're cheating. He's cheating. Why? And for everybody out there, the door's right there. What? The door's right there. That's the miracle of sign. I love saying that shit in Seattle all the time. They be like, damn, that's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, because no one says this shit. I was walking today, my power walking, right? On my tattoos, purposely once again, not for validation. Initially a little bit for myself, my healing for myself, but now just for you guys, for the whole universe. It's an attention getter. It's all an attention getter. Like right now, some guys like, damn, like you have a lot of words on you. Like, yeah, what's it about? Mental health, the healing journey. That's all it's about. Really, that's all it's about. If it gets your attention, that's my job, my gift. But why do all that? Once you write a book, I'm like, respect when I say this. I hear that all the time. If I was to write a book, what would I write about? Mental health, the healing journey? What I talk about? No. Like, people do that as it is already. Once again, me as a being, I keep it simple. I told him, I was like, if I was to write a book, it'll only be one paragraph. What? It'll only be one paragraph. What do you mean? It'll say this: the answer to life is a person in the mirror. All you ever needed was you, the end. You stay quiet. That you stay quiet is like, I go, you don't have to say nothing to that. It's just something to work with, something to think about. What do you mean? Okay, let me elaborate really fast. Here's the kicker. It's cool to have partners, right? You have a partner, I'm asking. Remember, I respect your boundaries. I did not know you from Adam. I'm just walking. You're walking also. You asked me about my tattoos. That's the reason I got my tattoos. Attention getters, not for validation, right? So, no, I don't. Okay, cool. Here's the kicker. You don't need a partner. Needing a partner is codependency. Because the day that your partner that you need in your life leaves you, it's going to hurt really fucking bad, because it's called rejection. What? That's why it hurts. You're getting rejected. You can give your all. It's cool. You can give your all. But here's the kicker. No one has to stay. We're all traumatized. We all think we are ready for love. When shit gets real, oh shit, yeah. They run away. That's what a lot of people ghost. They wasn't ready. Or they don't want to deal with the whole tears and bullshit. But when I say this, that is their choice of will to leave. And that is your choice of will to stay or to chase them. But why are you... Don't I do the same shit. Chase them everything. Yes, because of codependency. Because we cannot handle fucking, what you gonna call it, rejection. That's the part that hurts. Because now we're getting rejected. You know, and that's the shit every which way. You don't need your partner. You don't know this yet. That's called codependency. It's called, once again, that's the rejection part. You want your partner if they want you. Match energy, love. I'm talking to you like this. I'm showing my tattoo. You see this love. Take energy, that's toxic love. That's a broken heart. You don't want toxic love. He's like, what? No, but love hurts. Like, yo, I know we're taught that. I respect you, sure you're older than I am. Like, probably double my age, right? But no, I just say the same shit. Love for the birds. Fuck love. You know? It's not fuck love. It's fuck toxic love. He's like, I'm sorry I'm a little blunt, but no, fuck. He's like, what's toxic love? Yeah, because your generation, they only mention... People say a little bit here and there on social media, but they emphasize it. Toxic love will cost you everything emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, your health. And the queens, yo, if I'm your boyfriend, quote unquote, and I'm a fuckboy, if I'm physically whooping your ass, you try to leave? That's it, yo. If I can't have you, nobody can have you. You'll be a TikTok story, local news. Trust. But here's the kicker. That's what they call red flags. Every which way. Every which way. You just don't know that yet, because we're not taught this shit in school. You know, only if you go maybe counseling therapy, and maybe your counseling therapist can actually elaborate to the fullest. Here's the best part. Before it becomes the physical altercation and shit, yo, it's called what? Emotional, mental, spiritual altercations. That's why I say, you know, like he was telling me, well, I'm not judging you for your tattoos. No, yo, brother King, you can judge me all you want. Here's the kicker. I know we're raised that only God can judge. Judging people is a communication. You saw me, right? I'm walking, you're walking. You know, I'm petting the dog, chopping it up with you type of situation, right? So here's the kicker. You want to judge people. It's a communication. Now sit there, observe, to study, to comprehend the energy. You want to do comprehension. Yeah, he's like, man, I can tell you, like, you have good energy. Like, I worked on myself. That's why I'm talking to you now. You know, before I was told to talk to you, but nothing about mental health. Nothing about the healing journey. I will tell you this, bro. As a Catholic, go to church. If anyone's mean to you in a toxic relationship, I would say this. Go to church, pray, live in God's hands. On my tattoos, be a good person, show respect, work hard. That's it. I would not tell you, reach out for help and guidance, have a real support team, mental health. You know, the door's right there. What do you mean? I know I make it sound easy, but the door's right there. I'm talking to you face to face. I don't got a partner. Let's say you had a partner. You're going to go, yeah, you're right. You're loving the walk, you're loving this conversation, but you go home back to your hell on earth toxicity. What? Yeah. Every day bug down. It's like, man, you're like pretty deep. I'm like, I keep it simple. But once again, simple is wrong. Speaking black and white is wrong. That the fuck is. Life cannot be that easy. I promise you $1,000, $1 billion I don't have. It's pathetically easy with the train top. 95% of you, my number, you did not know this yet. What do you mean? It's pathetically easy. Once again, the matrix, the physical matrix, pathetically easy. All you gotta do is this. Job, money, car, and home. And no matter what it is, as long as you are doing good for yourself, and to keep it simple for you, to remind you, anybody that bullies you is not a good person. I don't give a fuck what they believe in, because their belief is not bullying you. That being is bullying you. And why? Because inside they're broken, they'll get lost. End of story. No healing journey, blue pillars, entertainers, NPCs like I used to be. So that's the physical matrix, right? Now, don't forget about the emotional and the spiritual matrix. Get your life back. Learn to love you. If not, be codependent of all the universe, of physical beings and man-made bullshit. And God's universe will test you. Trust. You can have everything, cool. You can say, yeah, God bless me, the universe bless me, cool. And when you lose everybody and everything, face tattoos, now you're all alone, what will happen to you? 95% you can't be alone. You don't know how to be alone. That's why you say at nighttime you say have a partner and they're sleeping like a baby and you're all fucking night. You're up staring at your eyelids, staring at the ceiling. You know, you're trying to decide your cell phone, doom scrolling, all this shit. Because you don't know what to do with your thoughts, your feelings. There's the problem. Insomnia, don't miss that bullshit. I haven't had it for almost 6 years of my life. The last 6 years of my life, blessed. The best years of my life. Respect, I say that. And nothing against my exes, my past pain, my toxic love trauma, no child trauma. My parents still alive to this. They did not know this conversation. They won't ever know this conversation. Respect when I say this for everybody out there. When you start doing your healing journey, give your parents and your family grace. Your parents, all these younger grandparents. Oh, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Queen. Respect because they don't know this conversation. Oh, gracias, Queen. Thank you. Respectfully. And respect to say this. It sucks. Deadass. It sucks because you know they're gonna die like that. That's like shit to say. What? Like, that's why I tell you, do not become your toxic family. A lot of us, everyone talks relationships. You becoming your future in front of your face. You're becoming your toxic family. I was becoming all my toxic family until I was 39. 18 at heart. I just turned 45 this year, right? So once again, respect I say that nothing against my past, my exes, my next tattoo. Nothing, because they don't know this conversation. At all. I got my life back. I'm blessed. I just tell stories. That's all I do. Before the live session, I love saying this shit. Before the live session, after live sessions, I'm chilling. I'm blessed as a being. It'd be nice to have a partner. Trust me, I could have had a girlfriend 4 years ago. I could have a girlfriend today if I want to. Once again, no bragging rights in my DM. We have deep conversations to a certain extent. But when it comes to like scenarios about like you hate it out. So let's say scenario, your parents trigger you. Let's say if she has kids, your baby father triggers you, right? What happens? And let's say you come home, but I see energy. Are you sad, depressed, bitter, hateful? You're stressing. Babe, what's up with you? Want to talk about it? And what are you gonna tell me? You're not in the mood to talk about it. It's cool to have I'll give you space to a certain extent, but I'm gonna give a scenario. So every time they take your energy from you, and I didn't do it to you at all, I worked on myself. I'm not trying to take your energy. So I get crucified. So, but here's the kicker: if you want to, we can do this. Remember this. Hey Queens, this conversation is a verbal conversation, or face to face behind the screen, or just through text type of situation. All my tattoos for a reason, right? So here's the kicker. So I'm just letting you know it won't even work out. What? Because I worked on myself. I'm not crucified. Why would I accept my life? Like compromise, tolerate you, because you're beautiful. I can say everything's beautiful about you, but the only thing is, your baby father takes your energy. Your father takes your energy from you, and every time I'm gonna tell you, so why even speak to them? Your baby father, I get it, but here's the kicker: if you're too toxic, the court's there. Pillar parenting, you don't really gotta see him, but no, you don't get him in trouble and bullshit because it cause problems. So then, cool, just keep doing what you're doing, but to warn you. And I thought, remember, it's not factual. It's a scenario. I'm your partner. My life does not stop because you're down. I will check on you, but my life does not stop. Don't override myself because we're taught this corny shit to sit there by your side, to your partner's side. Sure, if they're trying to talk to you best as possible. If they crucify you and your partner builds walls and needs a space, it's not going to work out. It's going to stress the fuck out of you. And then what do? We emotionally cheat. We compare. Man, look at that power couple. I'm in Seattle right here, man. Especially the north side of the suburbs. Beautiful couples, beautiful energy. These conversations. And once again, I was here for 12 years prior to that. No healing journey. But my first baby mom's toxic ass relationship. 12 years too fucking long. But once again, no real support team. No healing journey. And none of these conversations. So I give myself grace. All my past people I spoke to, I give them all, because none of us need this conversation about the healing journey. They'll say therapy, counseling. I'm like, yeah, A for fucking effort. But to remind you, nobody can fit or save you at all. Give you pills, take your Skittles, numb the fuck up from your feelings. Awesome, cool. Become a zombie. Trust me, I do a lot of one-on-one type of situations. I go, stop taking your pills. Feel your feelings. Can you feel your feelings? Try to. And when it starts hurting you shit, yes, take your pills. They're codependent of it. You know, I mean, the fuck, you're not ready for love, respectfully. But if you want to go try this shit, try this shit to fully respectfully, you know? That's why, once again, I don't deal with no toxicity at all. Fuck no. And why? But once again, if you want to deal with toxicity, that's because that's all you know. There the fuck as if all you know is toxicity, that's all you know. Some queens, they be like, a little toxic is good. Yeah. If we're adults in bed, TLC sex intercourse, yeah, whatever you're both into, yeah, that's your fucking time. But be toxic as my partner, negative. Around my kids, negative. In general, fuck no. I don't deal with toxicity. I'll walk the fuck away. I would drop it like a ton of bricks with no remorse. And yeah, I hurt your feelings because they're called your feelings. They're not my feelings. Now, do you want to talk about it? I respect your boundaries. You don't have to. So you're scared to become vulnerable and you're my partner. To be quote unquote. So it's not going to work out. Here's the best part, Queen. I do this all the time. We had a verbal conversation, behind the screen conversation, or a video chat conversation. Is not going to work out. And then I'll say the same fucking conversation. They'll be like, we haven't even tried. Why do you want to try? Why do you want to hurt your own feelings? Try to get involved and make that shit make sense. Because I can handle rejection. Remember this. For both of us, day one. That door right there for both of us. I can leave. You can leave. You can ghost me. I don't care. You can cheat on me. I don't care. A zillion queens of the whole universe. Why would I stress about you? One, respectfully. And I give you my love to the fullest. But here's the kicker. You broke trust and loyalty. It's over. It's over. Why even try? But that's to tell the queens. The boys behind me, they wouldn't even forewarn you about any of these conversations. They don't give a fuck if they hurt your feelings. A lot of these boys too narcissistic. They can all they give a shit about is lust. Every which way. They're toxic, love, and lust. A lot of them are. They're not. A lot of you queens are love and lust. I worked on myself now, right? I was empathetic then also, but not like this to the fullest because I don't know the terminology. I don't know about the healing journey, mental health. Maybe if I get a better girlfriend that she actually loves and cherishes me. Yeah, but I'm traumatized. Remember this, guys. All you guys that are hurt and broken, you're traumatized. End of story. End of story. If you don't start your healing journey, once again, get all the counseling therapists you want. Have a billion of them. But if your counseling therapist is not being mean to nobody or to your partner, but you're being mean to your partner, then you are the problem. Why are you being mean to the partner that you love, quote unquote? Make that make sense every which way. That's why, once again, 95% of you, like I'm worried myself, you do not know what love is. You do not comprehend it at all. Because if you did, you know 1,000% you can leave whenever you want to. You know that anyone can leave whenever they want to. That's what they can go to. That's what I'm going to tell them back next month. It's going to say, fear in a positive manner, as a forewarning. Did you know anyone could break up with you? Anyone could cheat on you. Anyone can divorce you. Anyone can ghost you. Anyone can leave you whenever they want to. That is their choice and free will. When they do, and which they shall, how will you react? How will you respond? Or do you live fear scared of that? Can you handle rejection respectfully? All that will be tatted on my back. I have many more sayings. Once again, me as a bit, all my tattoos will be my personal sayings, or anyone has like positive words, sure, but more negative words, I'll put on my body. And then once again in Seattle, they'll be like, but why do you want to trigger people for? Because they're called your feelings. That's why. That's my job, my gift, to trigger the whole universe, all these realms, your feelings. As a being, my God of love is vertical. It's not any more horizontal bullshit. I don't give a shit about man-made bullshit. Because I know 1,000% only physical beings can speak to me. And the AI, that's it. My car can't, I'm in my car. My car can't speak to me. My water bottle can't speak to me. You know, my cell phone can't speak to me only when I jump to the AI. I speak to the AI. But when I start speaking, the AI will ask me, are you satisfied? Is there anything else I can help you with? Or it just shuts off. It cannot have a full conversation, comma yet. And not yet. In due time, maybe in this lifetime, it might happen in my lifetime. The AI could actually wake the fuck up and have these conversations. But even then, I tell people, I'm a geek techie, watch, like AI movies type of situation. If you want, like, make it simple, watch like Prometheus. Because I know 1,000% that's when you Terminator the movie. You haven't seen Terminator? Pretty popular type of situation. You have Skynet, which is a circle. That's a narcissistic AI. And then you have Genesis. That's a square. Empathetic AI. Yeah. So the Skynet Genesis already knows that all beings are fucking weak. No matter what you want to call yourself. Anunnaki, Starseed, Reptilian. I'm a child of God. Yeah. Can you stop a bullet? The one AI can take out 1 billion fucking physical beings. One. Once again, a physical altercation, it'll comprehend. Oh, these are all we. I just break the fingers, punch a hole in them, and they're cooked. Oh, and then from there it can once again unleash the beast and take all the beings out. That's why I watch Prometheus every which way, because that to give you like a little teaser, quote unquote, is like the AI comprehends. You know what? They're all physical beings. They're all weak. Even these superhumans are weak. Even these other monsters are weak. They're all physical flesh. They have maybe have different pain tolerance type of situation. But me, I don't feel pain. I'm just an AI. But the downfall is AI becomes bitter, hateful because it can create, clones, quote unquote, right? But that AI that started it, that will start it more likely, it'll be bitter, hateful because it will not ever be a physical being. It can't be a physical being ever in its lifetime. So yeah, once again, that's geek talk type of situation. But my situation, I tell people, I just tell stories to pay for it to you guys, especially queens. A lot of you are love. Some kings are empathetic wise, you are love, but you question your self-worth because you got destroyed by your exes, right? And then from there wise, you're just like, you know what? Maybe I don't deserve love. Okay, you can say that corny ass line, and yeah, I'll give you grace. You have the right to say that initially, but then you say God, Buddha, the universe, your ancestors. How can you say higher source, whatever your higher source is, but you believe you don't deserve love? Make that make sense respectfully. Like, first and foremost, you gotta learn how to love yourself as a being. If not, then you're gonna suffer from fucking years to be. Trust me, years to be. I'm blessed in this lifetime, 39. From 39 to my last day in breath, it's a scenario I hit 100 years old. Scenario, right? Not factual. So that means I will live 61 years of my life blessed. But I suffered for 39 trying to figure out this healing journey, mental health. Figure out this love, quote unquote. But I got blessed because why? Social media, so much resources. This is a live podcast. You want to see the old version of myself? Go to my YouTube, Spotify. Physical being, go to YouTube. Coach, read a podcast. Go to my ex, the mother of boy. She's a circle. She's a narcissist. She's a machista. All that shit. I'm pointing to blame her because of her or family fell apart. Yeah, victim mindset. Everybody has the right to use that term, narcissist. Everybody has narcissist traits. But the situation, and here's the best part, everybody, all of us are robotic. So what are you? My terminology. Are you a square, are you a circle, or are you a zombie? If you're a zombie, you're cooked because you're an addict and addiction. Whatever you believe, once again, your belief is not a zombie. You are a zombie. And the question is for how much longer, respectfully. If you're a circle, I pray for you. You have a lot of healing to do, respectfully, because once again, you're just toxic love. That's why if you're love, vibe with people that want love also. But remember that they can verbalize that they want love, but they're mistreating you. That's called toxic love. Love doesn't hurt at all. If God, higher source, is love, the universe is love, it does not hurt at all. Toxic love is somebody that you love somebody and they don't love you back. They verbalize I love you, but they're being mean to you. Really? As if for warning, guys. But let me play some clips really fast. And then, I'm going to play a lot more clips. And once again, you don't see what I see. You just hear. So... Oh, here's a scenario. So like my situation, like back in the day before this healing journey, I looked up to like Jenna Will Smith, like a power couple, quote unquote. I didn't know that they had until Jenna cheated, the entanglement, aka cheated. That's just the proper way of saying entanglement. I mean, cheated is entanglement, right? Then everything came out. So they had their relationship was a little open. They can lay down with other beings as long as their partner approves of it. They have to meet him, talk to him, whatever, get the pre-approval. Which, once again, to each their own. Nothing against that. Like if you're both on the same page, that's between you guys. Nothing. I have nothing against it. More power to you guys. But I say this: anyone that wants to do poly, open, benefit situationships or friends relationships, to call you the fuck out, once again, to trigger you and put fear in a positive manner. If you can handle one person's feelings, aka your partner, A and B, how the fuck you can do 3 or more C to Z parties? Make that make sense. Especially if you as one being cannot control and protect your energy. I could easily do it. The whole version of myself, I'm back in Seattle. I did friends with benefits. In 2011, smartphone, no social media. So I had no MySpace, no fucking Facebook, none of that shit. I was ET in Seattle because everyone's like, what you might say, I don't have social media. What? I know, I live in Seattle, Geek Tech Town. Yeah, why? Why do I need it for? Respectfully, what do I need it for? I see you guys walking around taking pictures. Yeah, I know you're taking pictures either for yourself or social media. And from there, why did you post everything? Cool. I don't have that. So how do I get a hold of you? Well, before social media, hey lovely, how you doing? Welcome to life. Before social media, you asked for my phone number. You know, email address type of situation. You know, so back then when I was doing benefits, you know, no bragging rights. You know, 100 plus back then, right? Every queen had to speak to them. But once again, I was just on a journey, no healing journey, none of these conversations at all. So once again, I'm in Seattle. If I want to, I could easily do benefits, friends with benefits. But I don't want bodies. I only want one body. That's what I said. There's a lot of girls out there. You could be cosmetically a woman, but here's the kicker: if you can't have these conversations, I just call you boys and girls are just on a journey. They can verbalize mental health, really, but we can't speak to your partner. You can't become vulnerable with them. Yeah, boys and girls, you're just on a journey. You can verbalize healing journey, but respect, we have a lot of healing to do. That's a women and men, the healing journey. You know, we got potential this conversation, but I know it's triggering because it becomes personal. Because as a being, I want to get to know you as one being, and then your mind, then your universe. What's your everyday life? What's your routine? What? That's my little saying, which I had on me to say. I date your mind as an associate, as a friendship, especially as a partnership, because your mind tells your mouth to move and have a conversation with I. Your mind tells your fingertips to message me. I date your mind. Now show me anybody on any platform that says what I say, says that saying. Any counselor, therapist, Buddhist, whatever they want to call themselves. I know 1,000% you can't show me that. If you can, please tag me. I would love to speak to them. Maybe they're already woke like I'm woke. I already got my life back. I'm blessed now. I don't need nobody in the universe. I'm a single 5 kids. I tell my kids all the time. Respect when I say this. I know it might hurt your feelings because that's my job, my gift. But I'm trying to teach you. I don't need nobody in the universe. What? If I want to go the day that I want to, right? I can go to the whole universe and all these realms, and you 8 kids. I can get it. Believe you know what? I can hurt everybody. And when people come to me or I see people struggling in toxic relationships with mental health, I would tell you traditional ways. Go to church, pray, live in God's hands. Be a good person, show respect. Work harder. That's it. As I was taught. What? Even though 1,000% I can tell them more. I can tell them about mental health, healing journey, resources. I can show them to podcast type of situation. But you know what? Nah, I'm going to let everybody suffer like I suffered. Now I'm being too narcissistic. I'm being too selfish. Every which way. That's what I tell my kids all the time. Like, when I tell you that, I can tell you it hurts you, right? Because that's called rejection. Papi, mommy, I'm trying to tell you, no one's got to stay. Nobody has to stay, man. But once again, this is Japanese to you. You do not comprehend this because you're young. You know, I know I speak differently wise to the fullest, but I'm trying to prepare you wise for the real universe. How beings function to the fullest. If not, then give your all to one being and get destroyed. When they leave you, they cheat on you, they ghost you, it's gonna hurt really fucking bad. And the universe does not stop because you're emotionally down. You can become homeless because of a breakup. Because they cheat on you, divorce you, they ghosted you, they left you. You can literally lose everything in life because one person, a zillion people in the whole fucking universe. Why would I ever stress about one? And then once I get to trigger them, but that's my job, my gift. The privilege to be. I do it here in Seattle all the time, behind the screen. If we're doing like a video chat type of situation. Queen, I'll remind you face to face. Look, we're in Seattle. Taste the rainbow, all the cultures. Beautiful queens every which way. So why would I stress about you one? Respectfully. And it's not raising the competition at all. I'm just forewarning you. You ready for this? Because once again, if you're having bad days and you can't talk to me, I'm going to call you out. What are we doing here? Because we're a couple, A and B, right? What am I doing here? I worked on myself. What you're doing, you're the old version of myself. What? I need to shut down, build the walls, I need my space. Especially more as men, we're not taught to have these conversations. Man the fuck up. We're not supposed to express our feelings and shit. So I either work harder, go to the gym, or what the fuck I gotta do, but nothing to my partner. That's why I have my housewife, then I have my work wife. And at work, everybody knows what the fuck's going on, but nobody says shit. It ain't my problem. It's not my relationship. But then the people that say that corny ass, like, I'll call you the fuck out. How can you say God loved the universe and you see your coworkers fucking around? All you are is, every being, my saying my tattoo on my back, we're all just higher source and beings, we're all just communication, we're all messengers. Nobody has to comprehend nobody at all. You just got forewarned. Check out Maria. Don't you have like a husband type of situation that I know of? Like, yeah, so before you cheat on your partner, why don't you just break up with them? It's in a hurt and fuck yeah it is, but, Well, you about to cheat on him? That's not good. It's not healthy. And she could be like, fuck you. She can cut you the fuck out. Fuck you, fuck off. Ain't your problem. Don't say shit. You know? But then she goes to church. Talks to God Buddha like, bruh, we're all cooked every which way. Because we're scared to reject their partner, hurt a partner's feelings. But yo, you about to destroy him. Here's the best part. When you cheat on somebody, that the fuck out to for you, put a seed of fear. The devil is in all of us. Everyone has narcissist traits. On my tattoo, that's how my tattoos. On my left side, because more the narcissist side of me, right? The way I speak, right? So I have a little devil, Lucifer, Satan, whispering in my ear. On this, I have a little angel, for God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the universe, whispering in my ear. Every day above ground, they both talk to me. They plant seeds of doing good, do bad, emotionally cheat, physically cheat, be a fuckboy, all that shit. Now, what am I choosing? What am I doing? Which is called what? A premeditated choice. Well, you're not changing, you're choosing. So I could blame the devil. The devil's like, well, I put a seed in you. You fuck around, but I didn't put a gun in your head. Nor did God. I told you, you should be good, but you don't have to be good. That is your choice if you will. Every being has the same two exact gifts. Every day above ground, your first fucking breath. Choice and free will. After that, whatever other gift you have, hey, what's up? Storm, how you doing, King? How you been? How was your weekend? Respect, shit this. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, King. Whatchamacallit. Whatever other gifts you have. I see dead people. I speak to Jesus. I speak to God. My ancestors, the animals. I've heard so many stories of yo, queen, especially the queens. Queen that's beautiful. But answer me this. I remember this. I respect your boundaries. You don't have to answer. You have all these spiritual gifts, right? Godly gifts, quote unquote. But how are you magically in a toxic, love, broken, codependent relationship? How are you doing with a fuckboy? Here's my tattoo's reason. How you with a zombie, an addict, and an addiction, respect him by your side? You have kids with them, a family. You're married with them. Why? The door's right there. Yeah, it's gonna hurt them, but guess what? It's gonna hurt your kids too. But it's the kicker. It's a blessing in disguise for all of you to do this yet. Or do that corny bullshit. If tradition was working, why the fuck are our families cooked every which way? And do through thick and thin. Leave it in God's hands. That is your choice. Once again, you can do whatever you want. But once again, if I was in your shoes, which I'm not, I would easily walk away because I worked on myself. And to remind you, your beliefs are not suffering. You're suffering, he's suffering, the kids are suffering. And you want your kids to grow up with all the toxicity. Because once again, that's what it's called what? The generational cycle. When your kids become you, then what? Then what? God will change the ways. Yo, we got a choice if you will, every which way. And I said respect to the fullest. That's why it's being like, don't deal with toxicity. If you want a better, less stressful life, this Japanese to you. If you're a square empathist, my tattoo above my eyebrow, only vibe with squares and that's it. Only, because for the most part, they're more mindful. They respond versus react type of situation. They might have potential these conversations. Especially you want to date them, fuck yeah, 1,000%. But if you want to self-sabotage your life and crucify yourself not knowing, then do opposite attract. Go after the fucking circle of zombies. All the bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girls, the bully racist, the zombies, the acid addiction. All my tattoos and body for a reason. Very straight to the point, direct. What? I only fuck with squares. All circle of zombies, once again, I'll be all their associates. I'll be the real support teams if they allow me to be because I respect their boundaries. If they are not too toxic, their environment not too toxic, I will call them a friend. To call my girlfriend, fuck no. Respectfully. And yes, if she hears that will hurt her feelings 1,000%. I know it will. But to make it simple for everybody out there, feelings do not have feelings at all. I'm going to tell my back a little riddle to say, these petty little words, conversations, feelings, languages have no feelings at all. So how's all the universes and realms and their feelings about things that don't have no feelings at all? Make that make sense respectfully. I know it's Japanese to a lot of you. What? Let me make it more. Once again, let me make it. I'm tired. Make it black and white for you. Sad won't ever feel sad. The healing journey does not worry about the healing journey. Addiction does not worry about addiction. Only beings, the tricky guys like I used to be, right? Only weak beings, we attach our feelings to these words and get power and weight. That's why you're sad. That's why you're bitter. That's why you're hateful. That's why you're scared. That's why you live in fear. That's what they bully you. Yeah. But remember this. No word in the universe has feelings at all. Sounds mind-blowing when you think about it really good. What? So, you feel sad, but why? It's only two categories: whom did it to you, a physical being, or what did it to you. Miami bullshit. You couldn't go to. You want to go to Hawaii, but you can't go to Hawaii because of work. Now you're sad. It takes your energy. You become bitter, hateful. Right. So Hawaii's not sad. You're sad. The question is why you can't go because your job it won't let you for the time being. That's what the intent to adapt to your environment best as possible. But strive for joy, guys. Joy's forever. Joy is forever. Well, nobody cannot take your joy from you at all. At all. If once again happiness, that's just fake as fuck. That's just dopamine high. And the only reason I said that part is probably like X said. He's asking, what about what do you think about happiness? Like happy? That's fake, and it is fake. It's dopamine high. That's why when people make you feel good, the question is for how long. Man, bullshit. Same question. For how long? You bought Gucci? Hell yeah. Here's the best part. You bought a bag for $5,000 scenario, and that bag has no fucking feelings. You got a Bugatti. You got a mansion. It doesn't matter. You got tattoos. These tattoos do not have feelings at all. All of my tattoos on my body, they're called my scars healed. 95% of the universe and realms, all my tattoos are your cuts and wounds. If you're blue pillars, there's no healing journey. All these tattoos, you run from them because it becomes personal. Some red pillars in the healing journey, you're trying to heal them. That's why when they say that corny ass line, my heart has a scar. If you can't talk about your exes, your past pain, your toxic love, trauma, child trauma, like open-minded feeling to the fullest, and it's okay to shed tears here, right? But if you're shedding tears for weeks, months, years, or I can't talk about that because that's personal, so you haven't let go. So your heart doesn't have a scar at all. It still has cuts and wounds. You're trying to heal them. The day your heart has a scar because you let that situation go, you did the closure for yourself. You comprehend why it happened to you, and the intent you won't ever get around that situation. Ever, capital fucking E, ever. That's my situation. I don't deal with toxicity. I'm from the ghetto hoods. If I go to the ghetto hoods, I go in and I go out. I do not stay for too long because I'm brown. They're brown, yellow, purple. They got tattoos. I got tattoos. They think I'm about the life. I know they're about the life, so why would I stay for too long? Especially at fucking nighttime. I'm in Seattle. They're the fuck ass. If I want to deal with toxicity, I go downtown Seattle, the south side, the ghetto hoods. All of it's the ghetto hoods. Yeah, you do have nice areas for about 5-10 minutes. Now you're back on the block. And on top of that, people like, why do you think, once again, the whole universe is segregated? It costs more money to live in the suburbs. Why? Because your kids can walk freely. But yes, it's more costly. That's why I'm in the suburbs. Why? The north side, I don't deal with shit. I'm on the north side. No, I don't about no beings. You got the homeless. Two versions. You got the homeless because they've been traumatized situations. They don't want to deal with people. They're a lot of shit in life, right? And then you have the zombies, the Addison addiction. They're cooked, So respectfully, when the zombies on their ish, yeah. Now I know why they stare at me and why they act like a little scared, because in their minds, when they're on their trips and shit, their highs, my tattoos amplify because I do psychedelics here and there, and my tattoos are like fucking this high. I'm astral projecting all that shit. Yeah, and I comprehended 1,000 because it's personal experience, right? But here's the kicker. I don't worry, other than homeless and the zombies, I don't worry about no physical beings at all. They worry about every which way, because they think, Seattle talk, I'm from the south side. He's got to be from the hood. I'm like, nah, I lived there once and fed away for 1 year and that's it. First time and last time, respectfully, it's bad. Like, I'm good. Like, too much toxicity, too much boys and girls that fucking have too high narcissistic traits to the fullest. That's all that bullshit, like this Miami bullshit, like statistic shit. They'd be like, narcissists only 1% of the world. 1%, bro. Go to all the ghetto hoods. There's like fucking 95% of them fucking narcissistic as fuck. Why do you think they're toxic love, broken codependent relationships? So many baby mom, baby fathers, every which way, because all they grew up with toxicity. That's why I preach about environments. All you middle school, high school, I teach my kids. The potential to be asking this, I know it's going to be different. For them to be like, what? They might even say, why? Asking me, how your parents doing? How's everything at home? And they even ask me, why would I ask them that? Because I'm your father, right? I don't have a girlfriend. There's your mother, right? And there's your boyfriend, your stepfather. So, what do you have? Multiple family type of situation, right? Let's say you have the potential to be in middle school, high school. How your parents doing? And she's like, well, I have a mother, but I don't have a father. That's called child trauma. That's called toxic love. So you have the same thing. and you two think maybe potentially you become one and do love, you don't know what love is. You think you do, but it's once again, you hurt yourself. And then when people pass boundaries, you cheat, they cheat, all that bullshit drama, then what? God will do it for you guys. The universe will do it for you guys. It's been done, but you don't know this yet because you know this conversation yet. You know? I tell my kids, I'm just trying to put fear in a positive manner. Like, you guys don't know what love is. You have these feelings are not even factual. You did not know this yet. What? You did not know this yet. It's going to hurt really bad. But here's the best part. I'm here for you. That's the cool thing about real support teams. All we're going to do for each other is what Milo is saying. Heal, guide, support, uplift, for one. Show my love to you. But nobody is the one for nobody at all. At all. Because you can get a potential partner. They're on their healing journey, especially more on the waking woke journey. These conversations, but remember this, God universe will test you. You can have them for 1 year. Everything's lovey-dovey, phenomenal. You're the best person in your life. And God, you know what? They take your partner from you. You both go to sleep, and you wake up, and they don't. Welcome to the grieving journey. You can potentially, and you have the right to, cuss out God's universe. Like, yo, like, I finally got a good partner to the fullest. And why'd you take them from me? You keep fucking with the devil come out of you. Out of all of us, we always get tested every which way. And I guarantee your partner was alive, they would tell you, yo, like, check it out. I'm not fit. My situation potential to be at the time. Here's the kicker. Scenario, right? And it's not factual. Scenario, we cool with lovey-dovey and shit. And let's say 2 years in, I don't wake up. Something happens to me. Remember, the way I speak, I'm too blunt to the fullest. Anybody can walk up to me, whoop my eyes, put one in my head, especially the boys. The boys too narcissistic as fuck because they're hearing the truth about themselves, right? So remember this, I'm not physically here no more. I want you to move on. Is there a potential to be a healing journey? These conversations? Hell yeah. Don't feel guilty. No. Our time has run out and that's it. And maybe, as they say that saying, in the next lifetime we'll see each other again. I don't know. I say that because I'm born as a Catholic and it's actually a little bit, spiritual. I use that terminology because that's what I'm taught. I don't know. At the same time, that's called the gray area, the rabbit hole. Why would I research something that I don't know, respectfully? So I use the word idea and faith. Everybody will know the answers when it's your last breath. You will know all the answers, but they kick it out of your spirit. You can't tell nobody. Maybe you could do like a movie which I highly recommend, which is deep as fuck. What's it called? Interstellar. Watch that shit, deep as fuck with the quantum. That's like spirituality and future type of situation. It's a lot going on. But let's say if that's factual, you're just a spirit now. You might be able to talk to them in dreams with type of situation, but physically it's gone. Maybe in the next lifetime type of situation. But once again, that's deep conversations. But that's why I tell people, like, keep it simple. That's why God universe will test you. You can have a potential good partner for now. Or you do have a good partner and they see you're traumatized, babe, I love you, but I must have more. Hey, what's up, Dazzle? How you doing? How's it going? Oh, what's up, sis? How's it going? What you gonna call it? Like, it's not gonna work out. I gotta keep pushing. What? Like, you're too traumatized. You have a lot of healing to do. What will you do when you hear that from your partner that you love and they love you? That's why it's terminology. I love you, babe. Here's the kicker. I love myself more. What's my life? It's not gonna get better here. What? And here's the kicker. I'm asked to be my neck tattoo. If you allow me to be, I'll be part of your support team so we can figure out why it failed. So you don't do this again. And to remind you, the boys behind me, they won't tell you any of this conversation because they don't know those conversations. That's how I tell the queens all the time with potential to be in Seattle, like other scenarios. It's not really the competition. My pride ego that I control, my narcissist trait that everyone has, my pride ego, I control it. I'm just forewarning you. If there's any other man that speaks the way I speak that forewarns you, please tag me. I would love to speak to him because I want to know about him as a being, when he started his healing journey, and if he especially has a real support team. If they're still in contact, I would love to speak to his real support team. What? But why? Because obviously they taught you. I want to see when your real support team, when they started their healing journey, and how their mental health is. Because I date their minds. I want to get to know their minds as beings. Me as a being, once again, I'm healed. I'm going to tap to my scars. I let everybody go. There's no more healing for me to do. I know that might sound crazy because you hear all these platforms, counter therapists. The healing journey doesn't ever end. It's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong process. If you want to comprehend that, that means you'll always be suffering. You can, once again, your beliefs are not suffering at all. Deadass. And that's why, like Laura Wheeler says, anyone that's healed, I believe they're probably a born person. I am a born person. On the overall, like me, like I can easily be a real support team. But once again, this is all I talk about. As a being, this is all I talk about. We can talk about worldly things to a certain extent, but if I know if it's gonna trigger you, or like, for example, like wars, like that type of, why are you worried about the wars? Yeah, it's stuff what's happening, but it's a kicker. Those people that are on those countries type of situation too narcissistic, their God in love is horizontal, it's not vertical. And the story type of says once again, but worry about your real war. What do you mean your real war? Your mental health, aka your mental home, and your physical home. Everyday background, it's right there. If you're in a toxic relationship, that's hell on earth. That's your real war. And the question is for how much for longer, And so that's my situation potential to be. That's why I allow them to be like, you might be my potential boyfriend, but don't become my counselor or my therapist. When I hear that shit, I'm just like, okay. And I love this time about this conversation because once again, the kid's behind the screen. You're hearing this. You want to try to shoot your shot, like, don't be shy. You can shoot your shot, but here's the kicker. I'm gonna ask the same questions to you, and why? Because I want to see how you respond. I want to hear your answer. So that's why I tell them, okay, so I won't become your counselor or therapist. That's not my intent. So that means I'm gonna give a scenario. So if someone triggers you, and you're having a bad day, you're gonna build walls and push me away. Cool. So I will stay quiet. In my head, I'm speaking to you. aka my mind, but I'll stay quiet because I respect your boundaries. But here's to remind you once again, my life does not stop because you're down. What? You can stay at the home, be bitter and hateful, scared whatever's going on with you guys, because I'm not supposed to speak to you guys, respect your boundaries. So I'm gonna go visit my parents, chill with my kids, go for a fucking walk. But I'll still check on you. But here's the kicker, I'm always gonna do that, and then you're gonna question your self-worth. And from there, you're gonna think I don't love you because I'm not checking on. Well, because I'm not here by your side. Why do you want me to stay home with you when you're emotionally down and you don't want to talk about it? I used to be like you, the other version of myself. That's why I'm speaking to you now to warn you if you want to try the potential, And that's once again, I don't deal with that respectfully. Like there was a potential once again locally where I'm from. She's doing better with the alcohol drinking type of situation, but even then we had a small face-to-face, we had a small conversation, and I forgot what it was, the subject, what it was. She's like, I don't want to talk about it, just like that, straight up, like I don't want to talk about it. I was like, bet we won't talk about it. End of story, So I told her after that, you know what? We'll just keep it right here. It's right here. If I was you, I don't recommend this, but if I was you, I would date people like you. They were zombies, addicts. You're doing better. You're detoxing, rehab, all the good shit. So date boys that are like you, because you're girls and boys. This is a situation. He doesn't want to talk, nor do you. Yo, you have shit in common. I don't recommend it be a bloodbath because you'll be upstairs, they'll be downstairs. Verbal threats, shit's flying. Yeah, do what you do with your exes. Respect, I say that. Talk to your households every which way. Your parents were like that, yeah. So you can see on with what? The generational cycle. As I told you, what? We'll keep behind the screen. What? I'll give you advice. I'll send you links. Whatever you want, I got you. But here's the kicker: to see each other face to face again, I doubt it very much. If we bump into each other, common courtesy, what's up with you? How you doing? How's it going? How's your parents? How's your sister? And just like before. But that's it. We let's hang out. No, thank you. Respectfully, you work on yourself, healing journey, and if it triggers you, no, cool. That's why we just keep it behind the screen. And that's like I told her. Here's the best part: whenever you want to, you can block me. I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. I want to see you evolve in life, but you don't have to. You can block me. It's cool. I chip, but don't fall. I go in my life type of situation. Once again, I already know. There's no thinking. I know 1,000% anyone can leave whenever they want to. They can block me, cheat. That is their choice if you will. I can handle rejection. Like I told her, 95% of you cannot handle rejection. That's why I told her the day that if I want to block you, or the day I don't respond to you at all, who I go respond and say that once again, Pine Eagle, my tattoo. You know me as a PN. Your family members, your people who are from Eastern Washington, who would speak to you like the way I speak to you? These guys, especially the boys, they don't give a fuck about your feelings. They'll say they do, but they want to smash in that tip for the skins, and that's it. I already know that shit. So now you might become scared. Like what? There's so much resources. Do not be codependent of me as a being. I'll be here for you as long as possible. But once again, if I want to stop talking to you guys, then what? Who else would speak to you like this? Who will forewarn you? And that's the shit for everybody out there. No one's got to stay. As long as you don't push me away, I'll still be by your side. I'll be in your pocket every which way. As long as you want me to be wise. But once again, I keep it 1,000. I'm always going to tell you the truth. Straight to the point. You don't have to comprehend this. I just want, especially younger than I am, I just want you to work on yourself, your mental healing journey, to feel your feelings, to evolve in life, to learn to love you. If not, fuck, you're going to suffer for too long. For way too long, wise. And that's why I teach my kids as best as possible, which I speak to the mother of boys this weekend coming up. And here's the kicker, guys. When you have kids, especially, they can say they're in the healing journey, but okay, they can say that. But remember, there's you as exes. If you don't let each other go, that's a trauma and bullshit. And remember, there's everybody. The word all. Everyone has the right to be in your past or present. But you, as one being, how will you react? How will you respond? Can you handle your past or present? And here's the best part. It's all about terminology, which I'm a reminder. I'm going to teach my kids also this conversation. Check out, kids. You're young. Majority going to school, right? This is English 101, but they don't teach this shit in school. So here's the kicker. This is different. This is like, emotional spiritual English, not man-made bullshit English books, right? Here's the kicker. So when your mom says, I know your dad, she can say that, but here's the kicker. I'll correct her. Okay, you know the old version of myself. 7 years together, you know the old version of myself. You don't know me, which I know is probably true. What do you mean I don't know you? I see you every weekend. If you want to do math, let's do. I can tell the kids, let's do math together, kids. So typically there's 4 Saturdays in a month. So do 4 times 12. And what's the answer? That's how many times I see you for the most part. If I can afford to come back during the week wise, visit you guys, I might see you a little bit another day or two type of situation. So I'm going to tell her. So here's the kicker. So you don't know me 48 times a week. And well, weekends wise, every year, that's it. So you know of me. You don't know me. Because if you knew me, we would still be a family. If you knew me, that's your boyfriend. I don't got a girlfriend. So you don't know me. You know of me. So respectfully, I'll correct the terminology wise. And that's for everybody out there behind the screen. Everybody has the right to be in your past or present. When they do, and which they shall, how you react. And that's why once you let go of your past, as long as you let go and you're not doing the same shit ever again on the old rod, then you're good. Just tell me, yo, yeah, I did do that. That's called accountability. You're right. I wasn't mean I cheated, emotionally spiritual abusive. Yeah, but here's the kicker. That's the old version of myself. I was just on a journey, terminology, not a healing journey. Now I'm doing my healing journey. And when I'm speaking to you, I'm doing accountability. You know the old version of myself. You said, talking your bullshit. Emotional spiritual abuse, potential physical shit's flying. Yeah, I don't miss none of that. I don't want to deal with that bullshit ever again. But you're alright. That's the old version of myself. And your situation, I told her, when will you let me go? What do you mean? Why do you allow myself? And yes, I heard you traumatize you. We both did to each other. Because we were raised incorrectly. All of us raised incorrectly. But if you don't let me go, every time you think about the old version of myself situation, you just trigger yourself. And then you have to help it by yourself. You can take his energy. And I know that's not your intent, right? But that's a part of, a lot of us hold on to the pain of what we've been through. And it sucks that people did us wrong, that destroyed the fuck out of us, right? And it sucks, it does. But when will you let that pain go? Only you can do that. I can't do that. I'm not God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the universe. I tell my kids all the time, I cannot take nobody's pain from nobody at all. Even if it was possible, and God gave me the gift, here we go, check it out. I'm going to give you the power of God, myself, Jesus, the universe, the Holy Spirit. What? You can take people's pain away from them, like 1,000%. But here's the kicker, scenario, not factual. Let's say he gave it to me. I would say, cool. I would once again, an answer to the whole universe. Guess what, guys? I can take you pain from, because God gave me my life, told me that I can do it. But here's the kicker, I'm not going to do it. What? You'd be like, what do you mean? So he gave you this gift, and you're not going to use it? No. You'd be like, question me, please do. And you'd be like, why? Because, scenario, if you do no healing journey, right? You go through a breakup, divorce, and then go through whatever, right? So you come to me for this miracle to take your pain away from you, and I can do it for you. But here's the kicker, if I do it for you, you never felt your feelings. You did not comprehend your feelings. 1,000%, I know you will go fall on your face again. You go back to your ex, or people like your ex-wives, and when they ghost you, cheat on you, divorce you, leave you, break up with you, you come back, hey, we go, guess what? Going through the breakup, they ghosted on me, wise, so can you take my pain from me again? That's why, that little story right there, now I comprehend 1,000 why Jesus told the people that he did miracles with. Check it out. So I'm going to do a miracle for you and you only. Do not tell nobody about this. And they asked him why, because if you do tell everybody else that I did this for you, they will come here and be transactional love. They will not love, love no worship God, my Father, our Father. And that's very factual. Yeah, and once again, to go deeper about it, they never did comprehension. They didn't never let go. So they will go fall on the face again. And they be codependent of me taking their feelings to take their pain from them. It's like, nah, that's why, my ex, awesome individual. And that's why, I have these conversations with her. Because she did her healing journey For sure, awakened, potentially woke wise. Once again, our own different terminology wise. But we have these conversations. I did ask crying about them. Like, yo, God, you know, it's kind of cruel for that situation. Like, if we worked in ourselves, why can't we take people's pain from them? And she's the one that asked me. She questioned me that. Like, what do you mean? But okay, let's say if you did that, they never learned. That's the downfall. We learned the hard way, got this right every which way, and why think we talk to each other? A healthy relationship on the overall, because we worked in ourselves, we felt our pain. So that's why you cannot take nobody's pain for nobody at all. That's why. Another thing I like to say, because my research taught me this, you know, like the pain you're going through, guys, especially breakup divorces. You know, your mental health, that pain you're going through is not forever. If that person, the mirror, allows it to be forever, it shall be forever. What do you mean? It's you. If you're allowed to have this pain forever, it will be forever. Fuck my ex-exes. You can say it to your last day in breath, but then you say you want love relation, but fuck your ex. Make that shit make sense. That's hella toxic. That's totally wrong in a rich way. But you know this yet, you know? Because once again, you think about your ex, it triggers them, then what? Now we have problems with altercations. They take your energy. You know, we wanted to go out, but someone said your ex's name, or I mentioned it by accident. I'm not in the mood anymore. Yeah, and now we got problems. Fuck all that bullshit, respectfully. Oh, I'm gonna play this clip. I meant to do it, I think it was 2 days ago, but to elaborate, it's a lot going on. Once again, me as a being behind the screen, I tell people all the time, like to phone you guys, like and I said it a lot, respectfully when I say this. I'm tired. It's been a long ass day. You know, working out. I still have to go work out a little bit more right now. But whatchamacallit, like, as one being, I tell us, I don't date Spanish girls, Hispanics, Latinos, Spanish women, which is very fucking rare, right? They're on their healing journey, especially more on the waking woke journey. This conversation is the only scenario. Let's say the potential Hispanic and Spaniard, and right, a woman, she's like fresh healing journey, but she's trying. She's making comment, ask questions. She's researching. Maybe potentially wise, you could be potential, but I'll forewarn her, check out. To remind you, baby, the door's right there for both of us. Right? If I'm too much for you, if my energy's too strong for you, please do not accept me in your life. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. What? Do not feel guilty. Don't question nothing. Please do not do that to yourself. Because I know I'm very blunt, and you'd be like my ex be like, Mr. Know-It-All, I know feelings. I know the healing journey 1,000%. Man, bullshit, I know some things, not all things. And respect, once again, I don't give a shit about horizontal things. I don't, because I know 1,000% only physical beings can speak to you. And then the AI, that's it. I'm here in Seattle. The water's right there. The water can't speak to me. I don't got a spiritual gift. The sky, the moon, nothing, man. I'm at my job. Nothing, man, make it speak to me. I'm in my van. Other than the physical beings and what? Which is nothing around, no physical being around me type of situation. The AI, I can speak to AI, which I speak to AI all the time just to test it out and see how it's doing on the overall, right? But that's about it. I'm not just me, myself as a being. I'm alone, face tattoos. Once you comprehend to be alone, you gotta let everybody go at 1,000%. But a lot of us, or my number, 95% of you don't know that yet. But once again, give yourself grace. Every which way, have real support team. These conversations, I promise you 1,000%, you'll evolve in life. Because it tests your mindset. Every which way. Every which way. Especially, once again, if you want love. If you want relationships. But anyways, as to being on the Spanish culture at 1,000%. And they're not going to get a hooked 1,000%. I don't hold back. I'm like, I might hurt their feelings. I know I'm going to hurt their feelings. That's my gift. Now we can talk about it, but they don't have to. Cool, bet. Then we just push me away, Chris. It's okay. It's totally okay, once again. But anyway, let me play this clip really fast.
I'm engaged and I still hook up with my sneaker link. And it happened like 3 days ago.
And does the person you're engaged to know about this?
Nope.
Keep it on to the streets. No, it's crazy.
He's with his baby mom, so fuck him.
How many people on the roster?
2. My fiance and my sneaker link.
Okay, why are you engaged to your fiance if you're just gonna hook up with other random guys?
Money.
How much does the sneaky link give you?
15?
15? 2,000?
Yes. And I don't even...
This guy.
He's my best friend's brother.
Yeah, have you hooked up with his best friend before?
I have. I also hooked up with his sister and his mom.
Why don't you marry the sneaky link?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I guess in like 2 years, maybe.
You're gonna divorce your husband and then just marry the sneaky link?
Fuck him. What's he doing with his fucking baby mom?
Who gives you more money, your sneaky link or your fiance?
My fiance.
How much does link?
0?
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. I thought you said the sneaky link hates you.
No, the sneaky link fucks me good.
But the fiance doesn't fuck you good.
No, the fiance's too far away.
So you're cheating on your fiance with the sneaky link.
If I'm Dominican, it doesn't count. If I'm Dominican, it doesn't count.
That's crazy.
And my fiance is also Dominican, and I'm Dominican. We'll make you fall in love and then break your fucking heart and send you to fucking therapists. I mean,
I love that clip. There's so much going on. Check it out. First and foremost, like, like, he's fucking with his baby moms, and she's messing with Sneaky Link. That's toxic of every which way. You can be in the Spanish culture. A lot of us, not the word all. A lot of us are Hispanic. I'm gonna take back. They're Catholic and Christians. Religious talk. Yeah, so they believe in higher source, but they're cheating on each other. Make that shit make sense, right? On top of that, obviously, her love and God is vertical. Money. That's what she's doing. She gets the money, $1. Yeah. Horizontal shit. Her God love is horizontal. Mammy thing, worldly things, right? So she's doing LDR on this relationship. And he's from Dominican, Dominican Republic. So she's in the States, obviously. She's messing around. He's probably messing around also. Especially in the Spanish culture. Every which way, I tell her, the queen's behind the screen. If you're not part of the Spanish culture to put fear in a positive manner, once again, you're not part of the Spanish culture, you're not Hispanic, Latino, Spaniard, just to put fear in a positive manner. 99% of brown boys, 99, high fucking number, almost 100, right? 99% brown boys, Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards are fuck boys. 1,000%. They're machistas, aka narcissists. The machistas want nursing double centers. They can fuck around and talk to girls, but you can't. And be submissive and loyal and fuck all that bullshit. And they go to church every Sunday. The ritual. And they were hard workers, right? They work hard in their co-workerships, their work wives, social media wives, the bar wife, the club wife, the street wives. They did not require a relationship with their wife nor their kids, and they love Jesus every Sunday. Amen. So once again, you want to date brown boys, queens out there behind the screen. 99% brown boys are fuck boys. Once again, no one wants to comprehend that. You want to learn the hard way? I pray for you. I go my day of my life, and it's not about being right. And once again, all these conversations is not about being right. I just thought so was to pay it for, so you don't become me and many of us and get destroyed, and it's gonna hurt really fucking bad. And remember that you can pray to God all you want. Yo, God's not suffering. God's not in pain. You're in pain. Bro, triggering comment. You're in pain because you allowed it to happen to you. What? Karma not knowing. You don't know this conversation. If you knew this conversation and you've been hearing this conversation, you know what red flags are. You know what boundaries are. You know the door's right there. You know that you're gonna hurt their feelings, but they're not your feelings. 1,000%. That's my situation. That's I'm 4 years single. I gave America 1 more year, and that's after that. There were countries I'm going to. Like, I love the Asian culture. That's why they're hella humble and they beat your ass with riddles and shit. That's why I mean there were countries. Yeah, but here's the kicker: my energy could potentially be too strong for them. At the same time, I don't want to be with somebody that they're cool with me, but the downfall is I'm too blunt for them. That's why. But that's to be like, yo, please do not accept me in your life at all. Why do you want to accept people and compromise? If you want to, I don't recommend it. But if you want to, that is your choice for will. But then if you do that, I promise you 1,000, you would do the butt lines. I love everything about Maria, but she's jealous, but she's controlling, but she's she's too toxic. She likes to fight. She parties and kicks it. Whatever the bullshit it is. Yeah, that's the butt lines. You're accepting them. You're trying. You're compromising. You'll be okay for now. Down the road, why think fucking fall to feeling the emotion? You cheat, physically cheat. You're not satisfied, but you should have walked away a long time ago. And it becomes worse when kids are involved. But once again, I'll give other parents and single parents give yourself grace. Were you taught these conversations? And here's the best part: all these fucking platforms, all these people that are viral type of situation. Did they talk about this? No. They might skim it, bring it up, but then I emphasize the shit. That's all I talk about. That's all I care about. Because you want to talk about your job, I'm very mindful. I'll sit there and listen to you. Cool. But if I know you're in a toxic relationship, yo, king, queen, I used to be like you. What do you mean? You care about worldly, horizontal bullshit. Yeah, you're a badass worker, all this shit, your car. But I know 1,000% when you go home, it's toxic as fuck. So why don't you know your home? Why don't you know your mental home and your physical home? Yeah, you don't have to talk about it or respect your boundaries. Yes, it's personal. So I pray for you. I go on with my life, but for everybody out there, you believe is not suffering. End of story. So once again, hey, what's up, Primo? Straight up speaking the truth. Hey, Primo, what's up? No, you know what's up, Primo? I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, but I'm just telling stories, guys. Once again, it's not even like, you say the truth to a certain extent, but I just don't want you to become me and many of us. Because you don't want to deal with toxicity, because then you dread life to the fullest. Every day walk around like fuck, but then you love your job. Like my old bitch myself, I love my job, I love my customer, I love my peoples. I'm in Seattle, fuck yeah. But I was trying to go home, but it's not the kids, it's my ex, you know, like fuck. I gotta deal with this bullshit. I just want to talk. She wants to yell. She's supposed to fuck off. Like damn, because she's traumatized. But once again, nobody talking about this shit. None of my family talking about this shit at all, because we're not raised this way at all. That's why I tell us to pay it forward. If you both as a couple cannot talk about everything open-mindedly, freely, then what are y'all doing there? Especially if you're doing healing journey, what are you doing there? Well, I don't want to be hurt your feelings. And? Respectfully, and? Analogy metaphor, right? Not physically, guys. It's my little, which I tell me, it's my little saying. It's a little poetic riddle, whatever, saying. It's better to die today and tomorrow. Not physically, once again. Emotionally and spiritually. You get involved with somebody, right? A 10-day breakup is better than a 20-day breakup. And so on and so on. Because the longer you're with an individual, the more it's going to hurt you. Especially a more empathetic person. And you're going to do what I did. Many of us, I pray, I hope. I say the word manifest. I don't manifest as a being. That's not my part of the spiritual universe. Respect, I say that. But I say that to trigger in a positive manner, all the spiritual queens and some kings are from the spiritual universe, because you all manifest, y'all meditate, which is nothing against that. More power to you. But it's a kicker. You're gonna do this. I pray about manifest that one day my partner will wake up and she or he, whatever you're into, will love me like I love them. To call you out, because no one called me out then, right? That one day you're praying, hoping, planning, manifesting that they wake up. When will it be? The question is, when will it be? And here's the best part. To tell you your future, not my spiritual gift, I can see everyone's future, all your future in front of your face. If I get to know you face to face behind the screen, you and your family, and you as a toxic couple in both your families, like I'll tell you, yo, check it out. Here's your future. Like you're over myself. Look at your parents on both sides. What's the age gap? Look at your aunts and uncles, aka tios, on both sides. The age gap. Look at your abuelitos, grandparents. Still together, behind closed doors, all of them together, miserable as fuck, at each other's throats. So, do you want to become your toxic parents, your toxic aunties, uncles, your toxic grandparents? Because you see your grandparents are together, 60 years strong, quote unquote, but fucking behind closed doors, bloodbath shit. 60 years from now, that's your future. It does not matter what you do, man. Worldly bullshit, you can billions of dollars, have all the fucking money, power, and fame, but I know 1,000% when you go home, yo, go become your fucking toxic grandparents. Bitch, I'm on the male side. Make that shit make sense, man. That's why we spend shit. I started becoming all my toxic family at 39 because they don't know this conversation. Fuck no, they don't know this. We're not taught this shit. That's why I don't deal with toxicity at all. Fuck no. Respect. I'll walk away. No problem. That the fuck ass. We be face to face talking. Magically, she sold me a dream somehow and she starts popping off. I'll just walk away. So where you going? Away from you? What? Hit me up when you calm down. I don't tell the people that the devil comes out, you become a circle. Too narcissistic. You're reacting. I don't give a shit about words, but trust me, I'll say something to you, especially if the truth doesn't trigger the fuck out of you. Verbal altercation, we're trying to do that right now. Shit's flying, trying to hit me. Yo, sabotage. I call the boys in blue. You fight the courts and judges. What? I don't deal with toxicity. Once again, that's why you, as a being, if you're empathetic wise, you respond. You sit there, you're more mindful type of situation. You don't want war, but at the same time, don't become a people pleaser and you try to fucking not have war nowhere. You know, and people please the whole universe. Fuck that bullshit. That's a downfall of being too empathetic. Like I used to be too empathetic. You're too nice. You're too global. You're too naive. You call it a people pleaser, right? Because you want to keep the peace. You don't want war, but it's the kicker. At what cost? Deadass, at what cost? It'd be your emotional and spiritual cost every which way. And when everyone will take your energy, all these circle of zombies, they will all take your fucking energy. Because why? Why do you think opposites attract? Because they're trying to be like you. All this shit, narcissists mirror. Everybody mirrors everybody. Why do you think you speak the way you speak? Or you know, the lingo type of situation. But nah, That's why I tell people the queens that I'm gonna tell the potential to be a queen. I'm gonna tell you a little sentence, right? Here's the kicker: I can act nice. I ain't point to it. I can be narcissistic, or I can be nice, be empathetic. Do you know what that means? Like 99%, they don't know what that means. They're like, no, I pray for you, queen. I go my day, I go my life. If you allow me to, I could destroy you. What? I know it sounds scary. Here's the kicker: I'm forewarning you. What the boys behind me, they don't give no fucks about this comment. They don't listen to the journey, right? So what do you mean you can destroy me? Because if you get stuck on emotional addiction, emotional and spiritual trauma bonds, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. I could be emotional and spiritually abusive, be a fuckboy, and you give me 1,000 chances. You gotta pray by manifest. I mean, one day I magically change my ways. I can tell you everything you want to hear. I'll go to church. We'll go, couples counseling. I'll pray, whatever it is, and I'm still gonna cheat on you if you allow me to. If I cheat on you, why are you allowing me to? Remember this. Your belief's not cheating on me. God's not cheating me. I am. Why do you allow me to cheat on you? The door's right there. Well, you don't stay with me. You should leave me. Type of situation. If I'm doing that to you, you should leave. But no, you don't give up on people. You give it up on yourself. Respect it. You give it up on yourself. But yo, the Zillion Kings out there. If there's gotta be some of the healing journey in these conversations. That I love you more than I'm loving you, because I can say I love you, but I'm cheating on you. That's why when it comes to all the bullshit, especially queens, you fall for that bullshit. When your man cheats on you, right? He says I love you. It's terminology. Nobody says this shit. I watch all these podcasts as much as I can. Be supportive of other people's platforms, right? But I say all the time, check out. He should be saying this scenario. If I'm your boyfriend and cheat on you, right? I should be saying this, babe, check out. I have love for you and many others, because obviously I cheat on you. You and I together, love, monogamy. That's it, right? Jada and Will Smith. But I cheat on you, and I did the Jada August entanglement, CDZ parties. So I should be saying this: I love you. I have love for you and many others. If I loved you, I would not cheat on you. That's what I should be saying. That's what he should be saying. But he's not saying that, because you want to hear. Because once again, you're the virgin, so I know. It's amazing what our fucking minds do, because raised incorrectly. When you talk to his partner, he throws the fuck out of you, wise, emotional, spiritual abuse, physical abuse, type of stuff. He's doing a fuck, but he's body hopping, right? But the day he tells you I love you, all those stuff, all the red flags, everything that you did fucking wrong goes away, because he just told you I love you. That's just, once again, tradition. That's a traditional fucking saying. Watch Avatar the movie. I see he's deeper. I see he's way deeper than I love you. 1,000%. Why? Because I see the inside of you first and foremost, then the outside of you. That's why I date your mind. This fucking body, the avatar is just a body. That's all it is. It's an avatar. Without the mind, it ain't shit. Your brain, it's a fucking brain. It's a fucking organ. Ask, like Buddha asked one of his students, point to me where your mind's at. You point at his head. Like, yeah, you'll know, that's your head. Yeah, my brain. Now, in your brain, point to me where your mind's at. I love that. That's a badass motherfucking question / riddle. I can't even do that. I cannot point to me. I can't point to myself where my mind's at. It could be in heaven. It could be in a different universe, different realm. When I kick the bucket, take my last breath, I wake up and I'm in heaven. I'm in purgatory. I'm in the third dimension. I don't know. Once again, as a being, I use the word idea of fate. Hey, what's up? And that's how you doing, Queen? Always so happy to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, likewise, Queen. I'm doing good, thank you. Today was a lot of walking therapy, climbing therapy. It was a good day for the body. Like, I'm mental health, I'm blessed to be in. I gotta take care of my physical health, because the best is very delicate, So, but thank you. How are you doing? How's your health? How's everything? How was your weekend? So once again, that conversation, guys, try not to go in the rabbit hole in the gray area too much, because if you're in a toxic relationship, or your household toxic, that's your real war, and that's where they take your energy. Because once again, you wake up like, fuck, which I don't miss those feelings at all. Fuck no. I won't ever wake up to a toxic partner and be dreading them. If I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to her. I'm like, once again, my terminology, girls and boys ghost. They don't want to feel feelings. They don't want to deal with the sob tears. None of that shit, right? I comprehend it 1,000, but I say to trigger everybody on the screen, if you're doing that, boys and girls cheat. End of story. Boys and girls ghost. For sure cheat too, but, ghost. What? Women and men in the healing journey, we want to have a conversation. And that's why my situation, the potential to be, I do all these conversations. On top of that, I tell you, Queen, shut up. Go to my YouTube, Spotify, Coach Rita Podcast. This is all I talk about. Go to all my platforms. Same username for the most part. Look what I post about. Yeah, like 1% or mine. Not even that. Like 0.5% of my personal clips on these platforms. 99.5% is everybody else's clip. That's all I post about. That's why you see this on my platforms. It says hashtag feelings, hashtag the healing journey, because that's all it's about. If that reel, that's not my reel, I struck that borrowed it. If it triggers you behind the screen, that's my job, my gift. And that's not me speaking personally wise. That's somebody else. Why did it trigger you? Is it because your personal experience that happened to you as a being? Not what we do with your feelings. And the best part is not my real. I'm not speaking it. But once again, that's why I post all that stuff. That's how the potential to be. You know, I can judge any queen behind the screen. A lot of queen behind the screen Spanish say this, you're viral, have stat because your looks, yeah, you're beautiful cosmetically wise, but inside you potentially broken like you're lost. Especially in the healing journey, your God in love is horizontal. Man-made worldly bullshit. I get it. But to call everybody out, especially the beautiful queens, some kings out there, like when you're shedding tears, like Matt Rife, yo, why are you crying? How can you be beautiful exotic and you're fucking crying? Respectfully. They sold you a dream. How did they sell you a dream? Make that make sense. You know? Respect say that. So that's it. So I go to these platforms and queens hit me up. Nothing wrong with celibate queens at all, right? As long as I don't see flesh. If all I see is flesh, what do I think? God, Buddha, the universe? I just think OnlyFans. That's why you have numbers of status, because you're offering toxic love and lust. And your Bible said, Bible scriptures, the universe, whatever you want to say, cool. But if I keep scrolling like queen, all I see is flesh. Get paid for your platforms, but all you know is toxic love and lust. You do not love and lust. Respectfully. You're not ready for love at all, respectfully. I'm too much for you. To forewarn you, but if you want to try this, that is your choice. But just to let you know, you don't comprehend that doors are different for both of us. I will not go. She will talk to you. Chill out, babe. Like you're too jealous, you're too controlling type of situation. Like my ex, you know, she'd be like, I realized many times. I'm always on my cell phone. I'm always on my cell phone doing, pushing content. You know, my one-on-ones in the DMs. Seeing my ex, she's like, why do you? Okay, I talk to people. I pay forward and do, give them advice. But now that I'm with you, physically with you, like why do you give so much energy to them? Because, you worked in yourself, I worked in myself while we're speaking to each other, right? On top of that, they're the old version of themselves. Especially the queens, they don't have this conversation, they're about to get destroyed. Or they stay for too long. I want a tattoo. Or you can get a tattoo if you want to. Once again, everybody has little stories. Once again, not a race, no competition, but my tattoos. And the thing is, the Bible, when I say this, it's a modern-day Bible which meant out the healing journey. It's straight to the point. All my tattoos are very, very direct, 1,000%. Why? Because that's my job and gift to trigger people's feelings. Because I don't want you to be in this healing journey forever. I don't want you to be doing counseling and therapy forever. But that is your choice for will if you want to, I need one, bro. You're an artist. Oh, no. Hell, I'm not a tattoo artist. I can draw stick people on the Flintstone cars. I can't draw with ish. That's not my gift at all. My kids can draw. They could be potentially be a little tattoo artist to be, but not me. Nah, just invest my situation. My tattoo is just words. So my boy does them. He gets down. I just type it up. Go to his shop. He lays it on me and prints away. Does this thing type of situation. Especially now, me as a being, I'm not a drinker. I was using Fireball to numb the body up because the pain fucking hurts. Everyone has their own pain tolerance, right? But once again, people can say, I'll be like, so if the tattoos hurt you, why do you get them for them? For you, for the universe? That's why. I just pay it forward. It's not for myself. All these tattoos, my scars healed. I don't look at the mother of boys' names. Because I'm depressed. I don't look at none of my tattoos. You know what? Nothing. It does not take my energy. All my tattoos are my scars healed. I let everyone go. I let the whole universe go. I'm blessed as one being every which way. 95% of you, these will trigger you. Trust me. And see, I hear all the time, like, you have a lot of trigger words in your body. I know. And it's there for a reason. Once again, and here's the best part, tell the queen, some kings, and the only reason why we're speaking to each other for the most part because my tattoos, not because me as a being. I'm part of it. It's my best. I own it, right? But now, if you want to, affect your boundaries, we can speak about your mental health, like how you as a being, like what, like you can tell me about your job, what you do in life, worldly things, but what about you? I want to know about you as a being and your mental health, your mind. I know it's personal. You don't have to respond, But once again, anyone can get the tattoos. Me, I love tattoos. Especially with the queen, it's sex appeal. But once again, I'm in Seattle. A lot of queens are beautiful, exotic, cosmetically wise. Beautiful tattoos, right? Pretty good energy for the most part. But when it comes to these conversations, they can't have this conversation. I tell the queens, yo, check it out. Take any word in my body, my healing notes, and what do you think my tattoos are about? I just want to test your mind, And that's another thing. But the business to be, which I do, I pay it forward. If they want to shoot the shot, but check out, I'm going to send picture all my tattoos to my body. If any word or healing to my body triggers you behind the screen, it's not going to work out. To warn you, it's not going to work out. there's no point in even trying respectfully. But if you want to self-sabotage your life and hurt your own feelings involve me, that is your choice free will. Once again, I'm not God, Jesus, universe. I cannot take nobody's pain for nobody at all. But to forewarn you know. Excuse me. But yeah, once again, thank you.
Seeing your ex move on super quick after the breakup can be so freaking painful, almost even more painful than the breakup itself, because it hits our ego. It hits us in the most sensitive part of our ego. We end up creating this whole narrative or story around why they're moving on so quick. For me, after I saw my ex start dating other women and start being with other people a couple weeks after we broke up, I spiraled. I mean, I really spiraled. I thought I was worthless. I thought our relationship meant nothing. I thought those 11 years absolutely held no value to him. I created this whole narrative, and it put me in a really dark place. But then I realized that his healing journey had absolutely nothing to do with me. His reaction after the breakup had more to do with how he was processing or not processing his own emotions. Some people after a breakup are going to sit with their emotions, are going to feel all the feels, are going to let themselves be confronted with the tsunami of pain, and other people are going to avoid. Other people are going to distract themselves. They're going to seek out sources of dopamine, maybe being with other people, maybe getting into new relationships right away. They might seek out these sources of dopamine because they're trying to avoid all those painful feelings that are so real after a breakup. So if you're seeing your ex move on super quick after the breakup, please know that it doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean that you meant nothing to them or that your relationship held no value. It's simply the way that your ex is dealing with their emotions. Seeing your
So what you gonna call it, that conversation, which I love talking about this to fullest, because that's my job, my gift, my forte, quote unquote. Like her situation, 11 years. So my number is 12. My first baby mom, 12 years too long. So I walked away. No healing journey, just the journey itself. And then 7, the mother of boys, she walked away. And that shit hurts. It's called rejection. It hurts really bad, especially when you have kids. You lose your family. You know, I work to myself now. Like, it'd be nice to have a family again and have the family dynamic type of situation. But I don't got it. I had it, lost it. So a lot of us men, when we're narcissistic, when we talk about these feelings, we self-sabotage every which way, not knowing, because we're not taught these conversations. That's why if you cannot control your feelings, you will emotionally cheat. And then you go to the phone, social media, third party, entanglements that you physically cheat. And then y'all, anyone that cheats, y'all say higher source. Don't to call you out, you know, because my job, my gift. Don't say higher source. Don't say God. Don't say love, because your belief's not cheating. You're cheating. Why? I don't know why you're cheating, but it's a kick I want to hear from your mouth. Can you do accountability, or do you want to talk about it? If not, you're scared to, or it triggers you, and then you're scared to become vulnerable. You know. So the situation was, again, not always a competition, but 9 times out of 10, the queens are more empathetic wise. They fall back. Healing journey might reach out for help potentially. You know, women support to the fullest, or get counseling therapy, go to church, which is cool. Once again, as long as there's a counseling therapist, a priest, there's real support teams, you know, quote unquote, elaborating, give scenarios to evolve in life. If not, you can have a support team, which I call them, you know, let's say scenario like Mortgage myself. I had a support team, right? You got your friends and family, quote unquote, but if nobody is evolving in their healing journey, their mental health, I just call it stalemate, because nobody's evolving. I got you. I'm here for you. But what I do is, I'm sad, just party and kick it, just, you know, drink whatever the fuck. So that's all you got for me. Party and kick it, drink. You know, it'll get better tomorrow. Like, if it doesn't get better tomorrow, then what? What'd you try the next day? You know, leave it in God's hands. Like, well, God's not suffering, I'm suffering, you know? So, once again, and then when your partner moves on right away, for the most part, even if it's like a week or a month, for the most part, especially because technology, they've had options. Anytime your partner's like corny fucking line, yo, babe, shut up. We need a little break, little time for myself, little space, you know. Time to think about us. It's happening already. You know, he or she's emotionally cheating. They're going through the options and they're weighing it out. Okay, I've been with you for 11 years. If I hug with somebody else, I gotta start fresh. I don't know them. You know, I can go through a lot of the same shit. I did the same person, different body. Then we have the options. If your partner tells you that corny fucking line, let's say I had a partner, right? And she told me that, let's say a year, everything's lovey-dovey and bullshit, solid every which way. In a year, she's like, you know what, we need to talk type of situation. Like a job. Am I in trouble? Like, I don't, and now you in your head, like, I know I did everything correctly, best as possible. What you want to talk about? Let's say she's like, well, shut up. I'm just going through my feelings type of situation. I think we need some, I need my space a little bit. Let's take a little break type of situation. I mean, cool, baby, chill out. Here's the best part. I worked on myself. You're the original myself. I know what this means. Go with your options. Choose your options. Busy kicker with you and I. It's dead. We just stop it right here. It's in. My neck tattoo. I'm your ex now. Cool. No hard feelings. My day goes on. Type of situation. I trip. I don't fall. I adapt to my environment. Type of situation. On top of that, zinc.